Man, oh man, ladies and gentlemen, a lot of people in this world, and I mean a lot, just can't handle the facts. Reality. In this episode today, we're going to be reacting to a debate on Piers Morgan surrounding the whole transgender issue. And trans activist Eli Erlick gets a big reality check from the whole panel, which includes Tomi, Lahren, and Brianna, who is also trans. Now, I'll be honest, I don't know too much about the people on the panel, but what I do know is you're going to hear some things that are absolutely insane, and it will just show you, as we all know anyway, that the woke leftist liberals have pushed and got away with far too much. But before we get into it, ladies and gentlemen, if you could, as always, make sure to leave a like rating, as it really helps out the video, especially on this topic, because as we all know recently how badly it is getting censored. If you're new, hit that subscribe button, turn on bell notifications so you never miss a video. We are getting closer and closer to 80k. Thank you guys so much. Comment on this video, share this video, follow my socials down below in the description, and let's get into it.
At some point, Eli, you've got to look at yourself and think, wow, our campaign isn't working. Telling people that it's okay for biological men to come into women's sport and be massively more successful as women than they ever were as men, which is what happens in almost every single case. That is not fair. It's not equal. It's not right. It's cheating. And
Facts.
if you don't think it is, and you try and pretend it isn't, eventually, as we saw, most Americans wake up and go, bullshit.
He hits the nail on the head, man. So many people for so long have been told, no, this is okay. It should be allowed to happen. These men who claim to be women are actually women, so they must be allowed to go into women's sports, safe spaces, whatever. And over time, more and more people have woken up and said, nah, this is absolute crap and it shouldn't be happening. And when you speak out against it, they come after you. Oh, how dare you say such a thing? That is so controversial. You're a bigot. You're a transphobe.
I'm going to vote for Trump even if I don't like him, because he'll stop this madness. And I simply say to you, I want all trans people to have fairness, equality, and safety. Why would you jeopardize all that at the altar of such obviously unfair, unequal, unsafe bullshit?
To be progressive.
Genuinely.
If you actually look at the polls, the most popular, the most important electoral issue for people, it wasn't trans people. That was about 1%.
I didn't say it was, but I did say
economy.
the advert I talked about was the most successful in modern times. The New York Times, a liberal progressive newspaper, concluded it may have moved the needle by 3 points. Right? That was the damage.
The New York Times
the damage
is not,
that Kamala Harris's pro-trans bullshit
on
had
trans
caused.
issues.
She can't answer, Piers. She can't answer. She will not defend these brain-dead tactics. You know, Piers, I don't want to go compete against Tomi in sports. I want to go have lunch uptown with her and, like, talk about normal stuff.
Right.
That's why I transitioned to just have a normal life. Eli is out there pushing this narrative that science doesn't matter, that sex doesn't matter, that we can just roll into every space. She claims to be a feminist, but she doesn't want to make any common sense compromises with the women she says she speaks for.
Yeah. Well, science, facts, truth, reality, whatever you want to call it, it does matter. And it will always matter. No matter how much people like Eli want to try and erode all of those things, at the end of the day, truth always matters. And no, for example, men who claim to be women can't just rock up into these women's spaces just because they feel like a woman. It's not common sense. It never has been common sense. They've tried to make it common sense and make it normal, but I think they're slowly but surely failing on that one. People don't want to see it. People are tired of it.
We need to put some adults in charge of our movement again. It's embarrassing. You setting up a network to give children hormones illegally was hugely embarrassing. You should quit. You should stop doing everything you're doing and never talk about this issue again. Stop. You're hurting us.
So allegedly, from what I'm hearing, Eli set up a network to give out hormone blockers, puberty blockers to kids. What? That's how much they want to push this crap. And they call us the crazy ones, the insane ones. Right.
Eli, you gonna stop?
Outside
Why are you
the...
giving children hormones? I want an answer for that. Why are you setting up a network to give children hormones illegally?
outside of the clear ad hominem
Why
attacks?
are you doing that?
Again,
Just answer the question. Don't give me bullshit. Why are you doing
all
that?
progress requires some pushback.
Why are you giving children
We are going
hormones
to need to
illegally?
keep on
Why are you
fighting
doing
if
this,
we
Eli?
want to see trans
Why
youth,
did you set up a
trans
network
youth
to give
protected and
children
get the
hormones?
necessary health care that they need.
She can't answer. She's not a serious person, Piers. This is not serious time.
I'm sorry, yelling over me isn't going to solve
You're not
anything.
answering the question.
You answered the
Why are you
question.
giving children hormones illegally? Why are you setting up networks to do this, Eli? Why?
So
This is a crime. I want to know why you're doing it. It really hurts us. It makes us look deranged.
I'm actually struggling to get my head around that part.
well, this is going to make some great TV. When trans youth are denied necessary health care, we always have to step in. And right now, under
No, you don't.
very brave trans lawyers like Chase Strangio are in the Supreme Court fighting for trans kids because
In a
of
case he's going to lose.
You mean the same person, the same lawyer that I'm pretty sure said very young children know what gender they are? These are the sort of people pushing for that? Man, leave the kids alone.
I actually
There's no
agree
such
with
thing
that.
as a trans kid.
Facts.
Tommy?
That's very silly.
Piers, there's no such thing as a trans kid. That's child abuse. When you take somebody who's still growing up, figuring out who they are, doesn't know anything about sexuality and shouldn't at that young age, and you try to convince them that there's something other than what they were born to be, that's a problem. It's child abuse. That's my opinion. But also, you're talking about trans kids and their mental health. There was a study that was done about mental health for trans youth, and guess what? The results did not come back favorably, so they wanted to bury it, and that is a fact. So if you show me some data that shows that this gender affirming care is actually beneficial, let's see it, because the one that was done that a lot of money was poured into came out the other way, and the community tried to bury it. So don't
That's not
target
quite
children.
correct.
If you want to talk about adults and trans rights for adults, that's fine, but leave children out of that. And that's what a lot of
They can't.
conservatives are simply asking for. Leave kids alone. Let them live their lives and figure out what they want to do when they're of age to make those kind of decisions.
I completely listen. We had an infamous clinic in London called the Tavistock Clinic, where no one was allowed to criticise what they were doing, which was mutilating young kids. And it's shut down now in total disgrace and ignominy and shame. But you know what isn't shut down? The damage that was done to those kids. And I'm afraid that I agree with Tommy. I don't think any prepubescent child should ever be exposed to any of this nonsense. Let them go through
And why is
puberty.
that, Piers?
Let them go through puberty and work out for themselves what kind of life they want. That's fine. But don't mutilate kids or treat them this way or pump them with hormones or puberty
I
blockers.
was one of those children, Piers, and
Good for you.
I'm an adult now. I'm very happy.
Good for
and the
you, but
vast majority of children are too.
many children were not. And many
Yeah,
of them
The
now
vast
regret
majority
it.
were.
Yeah, many of them
What
regret
do
it.
you
Yeah, they never talk, ever, about the people that have gone through the whole transition at a young age and then go through the whole mental health issues and all the bad experiences and then want to detransition. They never, ever talk about those issues. And those people who do talk about it, they get labeled the bigots, the transphobes. I will just never understand how people have the mindset of thinking it's okay to give young people these chemicals. It is child abuse. This is what happens when you remove truth, reality, common sense from society. You get these sinister, deranged situations.
Have you had kids,
everywhere
Eli?
between 1 and 2.5.
Eli, have you had kids?
This doesn't matter. I was one of those
No,
children.
have you had kids? I'm asking you, are you a parent?
No, of course not.
Okay, so I've got four
Except
kids.
for one
I've
beloved
got four
cat.
kids, and I know, and my brother had 4 kids, my sister had 4 kids. I've seen a lot of kids go through puberty. They change enormously in that process, in how they think. I've seen young girls who are tomboys who then completely change, having come out of puberty. Everything changes
yet, over
emotionally,
90% of trans
psychologically,
children
physically,
maintain their gender
and
identity.
to try and tamper with that process, I think is a form of child abuse. I agree with Tommy.
Facts.
Despite everyone being happier on the other side.
About
Everyone?
that issue, and we can figure that out. We do need much better studies, and it's very clear the protocol is failing, which is why so many of these FTMs are it does not serve them to get them on testosterone so quick. We should have a discussion about that. This is my issue, Piers. The Eli's response to that was not to call for scientific funding, to not look at what the NIH is doing and to open that
have
up.
the funding
to not
already.
call,
We
I'm going to
have the
finish my
studies.
point. To not call for gender clinics to open up their data so we can actually see what's happening to these patients that are children. Her response was to go out and get a bunch of trans people to send these children hormones illegally, which is insane. It makes us look crazy. We've got to get some goddamn adults in charge of the trans rights movement again.
Yeah.
You make us look so stupid. And
I
you
agree.
There are no words to even describe what I just heard there. But if somebody is handing out hormone blockers, if somebody has set up a group, whatever, where they're sending these things out, they should be arrested. That is a crime in my eyes. That is disgusting. And yet, with that knowledge, people still give these things out to kids. Insanity. But that's enough. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to hear what you have to say about this whole thing. What are your thoughts on everything you heard? I'd like to know. If you have enjoyed, once again, make sure to leave a like rating. If you're new, hit that subscribe button, turn on bell notifications so you never miss a video. Comment on this video, share this video, follow my socials down below in the description. But until next time, it has been your host, JD. Have a great day, stay safe, and I'm out. Peace. Insane.